Alright, this is part 2 of the transmission oil cooler slash AC condenser. Um, the car is, and, it's been a long day. Anyhow, so these are all the parts that I decided to take off. There's the headlights, serpentine belt, the grill, the shroud, electrical fan. I took off the battery, the compartment that it sits on. Took off the air filter cabin. Removed the power steering pump. Didn't disconnect the hoses, just have it hanging here with the bungee cord. There was 3 bolts for the power steering. This is the hose that goes to the radiator from the water pump. Let's see. So just to catch up really quick here, this is where the battery goes. There was a couple of bolts. You can't really see it now, but there was one that goes here, and then there was that one that I told you guys, that bracket that held the battery. You take the battery off, and then it sits on a black compartment, and this piece here is what went here, and that sits on this on the frame here. There's a bolt that holds that in place, that also holds that black compartment. So you need to take that bolt off, and another bolt here. Once it's kind of hard because it's connected to this here, and there was a bolt behind here that goes here. I had to take off, so you kind of like push this out a little bit, get a wrench in there, take it out, and then it's kind of difficult to get out, but a little wiggle here, wiggle there, and it popped out. So once all that was taken out, I took off this piece here, which is here. This is the old one. To take this one off, I read that you had to take off the glove box, but that au contraire, it's actually one bolt that went here, and then there was 2 screws inside here, and it just pops right out. So this comes complete. Just on the back side, there was O-rings that were on the car, so I took those off, and I got to replace all the O-rings on these things. I also took off, this is the old AC compressor. I don't know what this is a refurbished one. Something was wrong with it, the bearings or something, because when you spin it, it's kind of rough. So this is the other one. So I'm gonna take this off, put some oil in it. I know I'm jumping from part to part here, but it's been a long day, and I'm just taking off parts and putting them all brand new. So bear with me. The cover, this comes off, and you need to replace. Let's see here. I lost my bearings. Here we go. So you take this off. There's probably no oil in here. The recommended oil for that is PAG 46. It's about 4.5 fluid ounces, I believe. You just Google it just to double check. But you gotta take this little piece off here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you switch them out. And also there's a bracket. This bracket here, you have to transfer that over there too. Okay, let's see. So let's see. We're gonna put this in right now. Remember to put new O-rings here and here. Let's see, here and the bottom one. And we're gonna put all that back together. We're gonna put the condenser on, which goes. Oh, before I forget, the way I took this grill off was in part 1 of this video. I took off the screws that were on top, and was trying to pry it off, and just to let you guys know what they are, because I broke them. And so you don't have to break them. This is what it is. It was, yeah. So it's these things. This here was, see, I broke it. These things here, one's still here. See, they're center, top, left, and right. So you gotta pop these off first. You have to push them out. Take these off, and then they'll slide out. But I was a little frustrated. Man, I ended up breaking them. So don't do as I do. Just do as I say. Yeah. So the condenser is, we took it out. There was just it's 2 bolts to the radiator, one on each side, one here, one here. Pull it out, and then the condenser just sits in these slots right here. One, it's like a little groove, on each side. So it just slips right on out after those 2 screws are removed. And also, this here needs to be removed before you take that off. And let's see. And then the transmission oil cooler sits in front of the condenser. So all that's going to be held together when I put the new one back. 2 screws in, and then we'll figure out the way the oil, the aftermarket oil cooler will go in. So this is the old one. This is the old oil cooler. You could tell it's kind of, looks like it got blasted by a shotgun. So this is what I did so that it doesn't leak all over the place. But it's very simple. Just unloosen here on both of them, and just kind of have a rag and get up these plastic bags with a twisty tie, just so that the oil doesn't fall on my face. And it's pretty much self-explanatory. Actually, just follow the hoses, and then just run it the same way that you guys took it off. Because I don't know, each car is different. Even Jeeps are different. I watch Jeep videos, and then I go to my Jeep, and it's the same model, same year, but the alternator is on the other side of the motor. So just use a little bit of common sense. Follow the hoses and run them underneath the radiator, and then back on through the other side. And these are these here is where they connect to. Just pop them in, one and one. It doesn't matter which way they go. Okay. Let's see. So we're gonna get this AC compressor back in, put the oil and whatnot, and it sits here. There's 1 bolt that goes here, and another bolt that goes here, and then one that goes, it's 1, 2, 3. We'll put everything back. So hopefully we get a part 3 going. And once again, I apologize that you guys, I don't do the whole take off the part while I'm recording. It's just, honestly, it's time consuming. so hopefully in the future I'll have maybe a cameraman with me, and they could record while I work. But we need this phone right now because we need to listen to music. Yeah, it's a long day. Alright, keep in touch. Peace.